Hello YouTube. It's been a while since I've done a reloading video, but I got I'm about to acquire an old 30-06, an old JC Higgins, and my other 30-06 that I used to have, that 6-hour model 98, that went back to a friend of mine. And I was thinking of getting that rifle that I'm acquiring now as a project rifle to turn it into a 6.5 by 06. But apparently it's never been shot. It's 50 years old. It's actually older than that. It's from made in 1950. And so I thought, I've got a whole bunch of nozzler partitions in 150 grain. I've got, hello Finnegan. I've got all the components for the 30-06, so I thought I might as well give it a go and see how the thing shoots, and keep it like that for a while until I get bored with it or whatever, or maybe even stick with it and find another project rifle for that 6.5 project that I want to do. But for now, I found some empty cases that I got from a friend, some once fired brass. So I'm just prepping those, and I'm going to set up four or five shot sets for load development. I'm not even sure what powder I'm going to use. It's probably going to be CFE 223 or Superformance, something. I have to have a look in my locker what I've got in there, and then we'll see what we'll use. For now, I'm just trimming these guys here to length and cleaning them up a bit. I've resized them. I actually done something I haven't done in a long time yesterday. I got a case stuck. Don't know how I did that, but I'm going to blame the case. That went in there so hard it wasn't even funny. So I ended up drilling and tapping that fellow and putting it back out again with a washer and a nut on the end of the die. Here's the culprit. And it looks very dark and coppery and stuff, so I don't know what's up with this case. It was rock solid. It was really, really, really hard. So I tapped the case and I put that on the die, and then put a bit of grease on it so that the thread wouldn't gall. I pulled it out, but it looks, I don't know if the camera shows that, the difference in color. So I'm going to blame this case, right? I'm not going to blame myself for this one. That is this case's fault. And it was tough. It was tough to get in there, and I should have stopped, and I didn't. And so I don't know what's up with that case. But for now, we're just getting these done. I gave a bunch of rounds that I made with 150 grain, I believe, TSX bullets with that 30-06 when it went to my buddy. And I've got a whole bunch of nozzler partition gold. Those are these coated guys, loaded for that particular rifle. So I'm going to have to probably, there are these guys, yeah? They are coated in some Modi coat stuff, but they are nozzler partition golds. That SIG had a really long throat, so these bullets are fairly far out, and they shot really great in that rifle. But I don't know how they are going to do in that Higgins, so I'm going to let them sit on the shelf for now. And what I do, if they even chamber in that other rifle, I'll try them out, and if they don't do as as I want, then I pull them and reload them with the data that I'm going to acquire out of these test loads. To fit the new to me rifle. But technically it is new. If it's never been shot, it's just old new. We've got 3 to go. Then we've got to prime these puppies. Why 30-06? Such an old. Are there better cartridges around these days? Sure. Tons of them. Are there worse cartridges around it that are younger than this thing? Yep, a lot. For what I do, it is probably too much cartridge. But I like the versatility of it. I can always download this to 30-30 velocities, but I can't upload my 30-30 to the 30-06. There want to be a lot of people saying, oh yeah, for now, there's just the 270 has got flatter shooting, or 7 mag and whatnot. Here, we don't even have hogs here. All we got here is deer and coyotes. I'm not in the fur trade, so I don't really give a hoot how big of a hole I put in a coyote. So I have a 2-3 set up for that, with a night vision scope and all that sort of stuff. But if by chance, if I'm sitting somewhere for deer and a coyote comes along, then that hunt is instantly turned into a coyote hunt. And as I said, I don't care how big the holes in those coyotes are. I don't have any aspirations of skinning those guys. Here in Tennessee, the fur is marginal quality at best. Maybe our winters are not cold enough. I don't know. I just don't like them chasing after my chickens, that's all. And for here, as a deer round, the 30-06, if I had to buy factory ammo, you can still find it everywhere. It's got more than enough horsepower, what I want to do, and in conjunction with this old true and tried Nosler partition bullet, it doesn't matter, within its range. You see, right, the point blank range of this thing is better than 250 yards, and if you want to shoot further than that in these parts of the country, you need a weed whacker. You ain't going to be able to see that far. I'm going to put this thing over here. Oh. There we go. Now what we got? Let's have a look at the locker with the powders. There we go. Superformance it is. Let's go with that. There's some large rifle primers. And then I have somewhere, this workshop at the moment looks, or workshop trailer, right now it looks an absolute bloody mess because I've got so many different projects going on that where the heck did I put my priming tool? There we go. I knew it was here somewhere. So what we got there, 40. Oh. Something right. Aren't we lucky? There we go. I like this priming tool from Frankfurt Arsenal, but as with a lot of aluminum tools, you should wear gloves because they do discolor your hands, or mine. So no. Finnegan got bored. He's back outside looking after the chickens. So yeah, back to the old 30-06. Yeah, sure, there's better cartridges out there. But what is better? They're all for a purpose. And for what I do, a 30-06, 308, 30-30, they all work. 6.5 Grendel, got one floating around there somewhere as well. And the old Nosler partition is a bullet that pretty much always works. So for those that are not familiar with it, it is as the name says, partition. It's in two pieces. There is the core at the front, and then there's a bridge in the middle of the bullet, and then there's a core in the back. And the front part of that bullet is relatively soft and expands at low velocities, which is something that you would want at a longer range or with a weaker cartridge. The back part of the bullet after that bridge is pretty tough because it's protected by that partition, which is made out of copper, I think, or something, in the middle. So that stays together as one lump, and that'll drive through pretty much no matter what. If you hit bone or if you fire a faster round, it'll stay together. So you'll have your penetration, and you have the expansion at any reasonable range, from point blank pretty much to how far you feel happy to shoot at a deer. And it allows for shots in the boiler room or the shoulder. It won't blow up on the shoulder, but it'll still expand if you don't hit a rib on your way into the boiler room. So there is that. I don't know why this guy isn't. Let's pull that primer out again. Maybe a little nick on that. let's see. There we go. It's in there. Put these 4 away. Boy, primers these days they've gotten downright expensive. Used to be able to get 1,000 for $20. Now it's over 100 at times. It's not fun at all. Right, got that. Superformance. I've got the data for both here, for Hodgkin 2, 1023 and Superformance, but I'm going to go with Superformance if I can actually get 65 grain into this case. Wow. So from max charge to minimum charge weight is 60 grains, maximum charge weight is 65. So I'm going to go half a grain down from 65, 64.5, 64, 63.5 and 63. I think that'll narrow it down for us, kinda. We'll go with that. Just write that down so I don't screw up. So we said we're going to use the Superformance, and we'll do one load at 65, which is compressed 64.5, 3 grains. That should do us, I would think. Boop. Calibrate. Zero. And we want the 63 grains, and that is. Yeah. 63 grains. 0.0. That's what we want. And I'm going to go with as I don't have the rifle yet, I don't know how long the chamber is. And with that, I don't know how far off the lands I am. So I'm just going to go with the overall cartridge length, SAMI, for this bullet, and that would be 3.25 inches, right? Snap this guy in here. Just to get close. more or less. $63. A 30 caliber funnel nipple in there, outstanding. Let's see where we are with this guy. We won 3.250. Oops. Oops. That is just a tad. Tad too deep in there. I'm going to lay that on the side. I'm going to pull that out a bit and then reseat that. It's not much. It's, where are we at? 2.4. That's 10 thousandths short, so we'll get that figured out later on. Or we'll use that as a fouling shot. Where the ELD bullets shine, not the flat base ones, because where are we here? 2.695. Round about there, 2.58. Yeah, that'll do it. We got it. Now we can do 5 of these. Now I could go, because these lead tips, they are not that exact from the shape and stuff. I could go and just measure to the ogive, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now, and then when we have to fine-tune the load, which will no doubt happen, then we are going to shove the, I've got a slit round, a slit case, Dremel to slit into that. I'm going to set a bullet into that and then put that in the rifle to see where the lands are, and then we'll make an educated guess from there as to how long our cartridge is going to be when all is said and done. This is just to try out what's going on. I'm not going to tickle out, well, I'm not interested in tickling out every little bit of velocity out of this round. Oh, I know. I've got some 150 grain FMJs. that'll do, just for function testing. We can load 10 of those up. Yeah. I'm floating around somewhere. I have them for the one of these, I think, of some description. There we go, 150 grain FMJ boat tails. Yeah. Outstanding, that'll do it. Oops. They'll do fine as fouling shots. They have a cannelure, so we can just push them down to the cannelure. It is only just compressed. Did I ever say, I probably have in one of the earlier ones, this Lyman funnel is great. It's not the cheapest one on the market, for sure, but it's got the different inserts for the different neck diameters. I actually made one myself. There. And it has no static stuff, right? There's no kernels that stick to it. There's no it just works. It's heavy enough. It doesn't. I love it. I got no affiliation with Lyman or whatever their gear and whatnot, but this funnel, it's great. There we go. 63. Let's do a few of these. Go. Another, I think 10 should be enough. Let's see. And then I'm not going to pick pick up the rifle till next week. Then I've got a week's worth of work to do fixing boats in South Carolina, so I won't be back here trying these out for another 2 weeks or so. And then it's probably gonna rain. But we shall see. It'll be interesting. I'll probably end up bedding that rifle, bedding the action on it. It being in a walnut or some sort of description. I think it's a walnut stock. It's got there. Or it being a sporter barrel, I may put it into a laminated stock and bed it in that. And then if I do change it to a 6.506 at some point with a heavier barrel, I can just open up the channel for the barrel a little bit to accommodate the fatter barrel. I may end up doing that. There. I'm going to clean that fellow up in a minute. I'm going to put this stuff away. And these are our test loads. Fouling shots here. Our load development rounds right there. They go on this piece of paper so I know what's going on. And now I've got to clean this guy. Maybe I will bore you with that. This guy off and sweep all this in here. It's relatively easy to clean. It looks like such a crazy piece of machinery, but it's really not that bad. Now, I don't mind a little bit of powder on the floor. It's really not that critical to me. The one thing you've got to remember is this thing. More than once, I left that open, put the thing away, wanting to start my look to pour the powder in there, and then wondered why I've got this heap of powder sitting next to the scale. There, that's that. Put that away. And we're good to go. Next time you see this, the trailer is going to be somewhat more cleared up, but I've had so much stuff. I brought back a bandsaw from a work trip that was given to me. I got I got a busted chainsaw chain that I had to fix up. I got also 2 fridges, compressors and things that I had apart here on the bench. I still got an ice maker sitting there that I've got to fix. All sorts of things, just sort of poof, all together. Weird. Sometimes I don't have anything to do here, and then at other times it's like they're queuing up. He's doing nothing. Let's all go, kind of deal. It's a bit crazy, but there you go. There's that. And then it's back to playing with the M1A. I've put a scope mount on it. And this scope mount, no matter what I did with these screws, was sitting nose up. So I couldn't adjust the scope down far enough to get a good, I ran out of turret, yeah? So now I've put onto the scope mount, I'll put a 20 MOA rail, and so I've got to zero this puppy at the range tomorrow or something like that and play with that for a bit. So, always something, but I'm not complaining. There we go. Let's have that. For now, you guys take care. I know it's been a while since I posted a video at all, and much less about reloading. And yeah, don't do what I do. And if you do, be careful. So take care. Bye for now.